Hey guys, J77 here doing a unscheduled video. I was not going to do anything until starting Monday where I get everything together. I'm still up in the air whether I was going to join Matic Expression for the discretion digression because it's been very hectic here at Rockefeller. It is very busy. It's pretty much chaotic, so we may have to work a little overtime for that, but that's still up in the air. But that's not the reason why I'm actually talking about. I'm actually talking about something that actually caught me completely off guard because I haven't been online for the last 72 hours. I have not really been touching the interwebs because a lot of stuff that's been happening, I was moving. So when I got back online, the first thing I did was check Matic Expression, seeing what the guys are doing. Anybody left me a message, I check all that. And I went to the discussion forum because a lot of stuff is always brought up in the discussion forum. And I saw something that caught me completely by surprise, and it was said restinpeacespill.com, and I was like, what are they talking about? It just caught me real off guard, and then when I went to spill.com myself to find out what's going on, it dawned on me that they were actually shutting it down. This is not something of a joke. They're literally shutting this down. Now, for those who follow spill.com like I have, is a podcast / movie review site, one of the best ones out there. I really do admire and respect these guys' work, especially in the animation department. And they've been around, I believe, since '07, and has grown into a very fun, entertaining community. We had some problems near and there, but it was always such a upbeat community. As usual, I found out about them through YouTube, and I actually followed them right through their own site where I actually became a member, and I followed them ever since. There has been some issues the last year. As you all know, they had to pretty much cancel some of their podcasts due to Hollywood.com studios, pretty much tightening their belt, their budget reasons. But they still managed to push on. They still managed to do some of the stuff they was doing best. And it looks like they was going to go through phase 2 where they was actually redesigning everything. And then something happened, and there's supposed to be a call-in show. I don't know if I'm going to have the internet per se to actually listen into the call-in show or not, but they have a call-in show, and hopefully that will go into more detail as to what's really going on. But this is what I'm seeing right now. I'm actually got it on my screen, and it says the following. Many of you have heard already that Spill.com will be no more after December. I want to thank every talented person who was employed by this site for your years of committed hard work. You may not have noticed, but you are the inspiration. I won't lie, I am a little jealous of your skills. However, you make me work that much harder, and I will continue to do so. I respect your immensely. I want to thank Hollywood.com for their support. You gave us so much and offered me so many experiences that most people will never have in their lives. I'm forever grateful. Most of all, I appreciate the Spill community. Needless to say, there would never be a Spill.com without you. You given us, I guess, so many gifts throughout the years, but most importantly, gifts that is of friendship. You aren't incoherent avatars on the page. You are friends. You open your homes to us across the world. You helped us organize events and contribute our successes. Most importantly, you were there when things were not so happy, even if they're just kind words. Friends like that are hard to come by in everyday life, much less a website. For this reason, I can leave this chapter of my life with love and calm in my heart. Thank you, Corey. P.S. We'll still have a few more podcasts to do, so get back to work. Now, this was viewed by a stunning thing. I'm going to count this right now. 23,072. 523,072 have viewed this page alone. This is a very short but simple page, and it's a very serious page, and people are commenting. They are shocked, they are surprised, they are saddened, disappointed. A lot of people want to know what's going on. I myself want to know what's going on. I even posted it on Manic Expression as to what just happened. I'm not going to leave any speculation. I'm not going to sit there and say this is what I feel about it, because I honestly, truly do not know. I cannot sit here and say that I saw this coming, because I honestly didn't. The only thing I know was, and I'm hoping this is what it is, that this is part of the move-in process. That's the only thing I can probably say, that they're going to be something else and that they can't use the name. But I can't say that because I honestly don't know what led to them. From what I've been hearing from the community, from both Manic Expression and from Spill.com, mostly Spill.com, that there was a fall in negotiations, and that led to Spill.com being no more. Keep in mind, Spill.com is not owned by Corey, it's owned by Hollywood Studios. And I don't know if Hollywood Studios, whatever reason, didn't see it was financially stable. I don't know how that could be. They got one of the most popular websites in the World Wide Web. They are. There's at least one person in each household I've heard Spill. So this is definitely a mind-boggling. I honestly don't know what else to say about that. I will say this though. If this isn't indeed the end, from what I'm reading it is, this is a huge, huge blow to the internet community. This is a site that is well known, even from YouTube standards. A lot of people, the Smos, Angry Joe, the Nostalgia Critic, everyone who's on YouTube, I've heard at one point or other on Spill.com, that went to the site and enjoyed their podcast and enjoyed their animation and enjoyed their movie reviews. They were great at what they do, and we understand that that the gang couldn't do this forever. They eventually was going to come a time where it was going to move on. But we always had it in my mind, at least I had it in my mind, that there will be others that will take their place and the Spill community will continue. Now it doesn't look like that's going to be the factor here. That looks like it's going to pretty much fade away. And I'm hoping it's to do bigger and better things we can follow them to. Because keep in mind, they did other stuff beforehand, before Spill. Spill has been a long tenure, but you've got to hope that, at least I'm hoping that this is part of phase 2. Because they did say they was actually going to move everything over, and they just said they're going to actually shut things down and go for the next phase. So maybe this is the next phase, but I honestly don't know. But I do know this: they will be sorely missed. This is the end, and there's no more Spill.com, and there's no more podcasts from them, or from Corey, Cyrus, co-host, any of those guys. If we don't hear anything from them. And then this site just disappears off the face of the earth. Man, oh man, that we lost one of the great ones. That we lost a huge, important part of the World Wide Web. This is not just no fly-by-night website that somebody's doing for fun. This was an actual site that a lot of people love and admire and respect. And it's sad to hear this. It really is sad to hear that they are pretty much going to fold camp. Now, keep in mind, I did check the site. I'm actually clicking onto it now. Corey is scheduled to do a call-in show. That should be, I believe, if you're on the Central Time Zone, I think it's going to be at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for me at least. It is 6 o'clock to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's the time there. There's a telephone number you can actually call them. And I'm only hoping, guys, that there is a real explanation of what's going on. I'm hoping that we will find out something, and that will at least clear the air as to what's really going on. Because this scene, it didn't really explain anything except they're shutting shop. Maybe this will be just something news that we desperately needed, because it is something that I think people were just stunned surprised that has happened. It is something I did not expect at all, and I'm hoping that at least will Corey give us an explanation as to what's the next plan. Is this part of the next plan? But I will say this, and I'll leave it at that. If this is the end, I want to say, at least this is to me, this is what I'm going to say, thank you for filling my bad days with good laughter. You guys are excellent, especially with the podcast. And I'll be honest with you, I listen to the podcast more than I listen to your reviews. That's how great your podcast was. The old podcasts, when you did the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, when you guys did the remote viewing, to the classic ones of Let's Do This, and a couple of cold ones. Thank you. You guys are really, really talented, really, really great. And if anything, I hope that at least someone will keep the archives open to listen to the great classics of your podcasts, to see what you guys have missed, because they were classic, they were great, and you guys were awesome. So that's my thank you to you guys. So hopefully this will not be the total end. You guys will come back on a different form, and we can follow you there. But if it is, I want to thank you guys. You guys are great, and I think I'd say for most people who are a fan of the Still community, you guys will be missed. There will be a hole that will be pretty much impossible to fill. So this is the update I'm going to give you guys. More ahead soon. I am going to be working on some more videos. But until then, this is J77 saying take care, be safe. Comments, as always. I'll talk to you soon.